Greetings, Redheads, and welcome to 2024. I am your gracious host, Jay Red of Reds View. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Reds View. And also, before I begin this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. It could be now or during the video. Like button or the dislike button so we can help the algorithm in this because we're about to have some church up in here tonight. You hear me? No pun intended, but there's a video that's been floating around. There's a video that has been floating around, and what a great way to bring in 2024 than addressing this controversial video. So, swag surfing in church is a big problem. That's the topic for this video. I'm going to explain why this is a problem. Now, in case you've been hiding under a rock, there's a church here in Atlanta, and the pastor is William Murphy. William Murphy led his church with swag surfing. Now, not just the dance, the movement. They played the song in church. And not only that, but they played Walk It Out as well. So I'm going to show you the video real quick, and I'm not going to play the sound because I don't want to get a copyright strike and I'm trying to get all my coins. But this was the first how I kind of started. Let me see if they playing.
Walk it out.
Walk it out. So he said, walk it out. And look at what he's doing. He's walking it out. All right. He's playing the full Walk It Out song. You see different people are walking it out in church, walking it out for Jesus. All right, we see you. And this is fair use, by the way. Walking it out. Now, this is what everybody was talking about right here. This is when it got real. The swag surfing. The swag surfing. You see everybody swag surfing. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So like I said, I'm not gonna play the audio because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But let's talk about this, man, because this is real interesting. Now, what I'll first say, because I saw a lot of people had mixed reviews about it. Most people are bashing it, but what I'll say is this: is there anything wrong with the dance swag surfing in church? No. Is there anything wrong with rap music being played in church? No. However, there needs to be a gospel rap song that's played in church. You don't need to play even the edited version of any rap song in church. See, the problem is right now, we don't have structure in the black community. And I'm talking to my black folks here. All right. There's not a problem with rap music because you got gospel rap. There's not a problem with rap music, but even if you did have swag surfing played in church, you need to do a rendition of swag surfing where it's somebody else that go in, or if you get FLY themselves and do a remix and make it a gospel version, that's fine. If you change up the lyrics, that's fine. And you can swag surf. But if I say I'm on Hypnotic, that polo on my body, I'm swag, I'm surfing, that's secular music. Like y'all know everything because I can't remember all the words to it, but you know, you're saying you're on Hypnotic. You know what I'm saying? Exotic, that polo on my body, and walk it out. You know, they talk. You know what walking it out is like. They play the full version too, like the unedited version in church, and that's played at clubs and parties and stuff. Now, like again, there's nothing wrong with walking it out, but you need to have a different version of the walk it out in church, not the edited version. You need to have a completely different version with the same beat. Now, from my understanding, because I went and got a physical this morning, and one of the nurses that was there, she said that she worked. I mean, she went to the church. And I asked her, like, okay, well, what happened with that? She was like, he gave a word and then that just went into it. I said, do y'all do this all the time? Play that type of music? She was like, nah. So my thing is, his word could have been good, and that would have been straight. And swag surfing, that's okay, but have a gospel version of swag surfing. That's my biggest issue with it, because now that's showing it's no structure. And I'll say this: see, we're too accepting in the black community. That's an issue. See, with the whole church thing, it's come as you are. While that's not a problem, that can be a hindrance because when you're saying come as you are, I get it if you don't have a three-piece suit. I get it if you just got just some shorts, you know what I'm saying, and you got some chucks, or you come in your Timbs or whatever. That's not the issue. Everybody's a sinner. Everybody has sinned before. That's not the issue. But church is structured. That's what church is. People go and get the word. Now, do you have to go and get the word in a three-piece suit and be in a sanctuary? No, you don't. God is with you if whether you're in the streets, whether you're in your home, your house, or whatever. God doesn't have you don't have to wait until you get to church in the sanctuary for him to reach you and talk to you. It's a spiritual thing. However, you need to have structure and balance. We have structure at our jobs. We have structure in the school system, the higher education. We have structure everywhere else, but black folks like to have no structure. You know what I'm saying? Not every single black person, but for the people that agreed with Walk It Out and Swag Surfing, the unedited versions being played in church, um, that's the issue. That's a big problem because when you're too accepting of everything, then you have sexy reds coming in churches. Then you have Suki Hanas coming in churches. Now they can come be who they are, but well, let me rephrase that. They can come as they are, but they need to change. That's why Dr. Umar was talking about Suki Hana. Yeah, I hope this sister changes her content because she could be a leader, you know? So when you start having those sexy reds, just imagine sexy red in the pulpit being a preacher or something like that. No, with all them tattoos and just wearing what she wants to wear, next thing you know, when they already doing it, then twerking in church will be accepted. You know, so if you accept too many things in the black community, you lead to destruction because that is a place to where you're supposed to have some type of structure. And this is when come as you are goes too far. You can only go so far to come as you are. Like I said, you don't have to wear your Sunday best to come to church. But when you start um, bridging everything together, then you start separating what we're going there for in the first place. Because I know you're meeting people where they are. It's a hip hop crowd. Okay. Well, make hip hop songs, hip hop inspired songs that are gospel songs. That should be played there. You don't need to play swag surfing and whatever song is hot, you know, in the actual church. Now, there's nothing wrong, like I said, with dancing. You got praise dances. You get crunk in church. You know what I'm saying? You get lit in church. I said crunk, that's so old. But you get lit in church. There's nothing wrong with having that. You know what I'm saying? Kirk Franklin is basically a rapper. He's the DJ Khaled of gospel. So we've been had that. Stomp is a hip hop record, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with rap, but you know, doing stuff in church that you do in the club, there has to be separation. There has to be separation. But we as black folks are just so accepting of everything and everybody and all this other stuff. And no, we have to have structure. And I'll tell you this, see, stuff like this, and it happened in Atlanta, right? This is one of the main reasons that a lot of people stopped attending church. This is one of the main reasons people stopped attending church because of shenanigans like this. Because it only goes so far. Because the thing is, if you're going in front of a judge, right? You straighten up. You come there wearing your three-piece suit, you know what I'm saying? Hoping you don't go to jail. You make yourself presentable. When you go to your job, depending on what it is, you have structure there. But when you go to church, it used to be about structure. But now we let come as you are go way too far. You know, you coming in there doing what you want to do, and it shouldn't be like that, you know, because if you are serving the higher power, you need to have some type of structure about yourself because you're supposed to change and conform into something that's better that you're reading about. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not one of those people that shame people and all this other stuff because that's a part of the problem with church too. Is like too many people are trying to act holier than thou instead of being themselves. However, you can't come in there just being a sinner, like straight up sinning. You're supposed to clean yourself up. You know what I'm saying? If you're presenting yourself in front of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? So that separates people because I wouldn't want to go to a church like that. I want to go to church in the traditional way where I can get the word and I have structure. There's a program and everything like that. But when you go in that and do what you want to do and everything, I could go to the club for that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the club actually plays some Kirk Franklin and you can pray in the club and all this other stuff and everybody's with it, okay. But you don't have that. You can't have church inside of a club, which you don't want to bring the club into a church because that sets a bad precedent. That sets a very bad precedent because what's going to happen now that y'all done did that, you're going to have Pound Town being played in church. And what they can say is, well, I mean, you got to accept everybody, meet them for where they are. And you talking about Pound Town, like, nah, man, nah. So I'm not against the rap music being played, but I think people's issue with it is, why couldn't y'all just play the instrumental and, dance to it? You could have just played the instrumental and, just swag surf, but not and changed up the words. But still, I don't agree with swag surfing being played in church. You know what I'm saying? Now, unless it's a different version of that. But that's the issue, man. Like, a lot of people just want to get away from church because we've let that come as you are thing go way, way too far, and there's no separation. And this the problem too, black folks. Like, do we have ratchet people? Yes. Do we have ghetto people? Yes. But we also, it's only in the black community where we have to be accepting of people and not have any structure. But when you go work for your white boss or go to white establishments and different things like that, you'll be quick to twerk in a black restaurant on the tables and holding the glass, but you ain't gonna go to Ruth's Chris doing all that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna go to a white establishment doing that. And other race groups, unlike us, have structure. They have structure. Now, we have it to a certain degree, but we let shit like this go too far. And that whole just accepting and being that, come on, man, we got to cut that out. We got to cut that out. And shout out to the word, you know what I'm saying? Because from my understanding, they don't do this all the time, but we have to be able to separate the ratchetness. You can't have club in the church. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can have church inside the club, it sets a dangerous precedent. And when you have that, you can destroy what's structured inside your communities. But like I said, man, that's the main reason. Like, people looking at that like, man, that's the reason I don't go to church right now, because of stuff like that. So yeah, man, thumbs down to that pastor. That was a terrible choice in my opinion. Next time, switch it up. But let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Are you okay with playing swag surfing and walking out in church? If so, I need to stay away from you. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, please, to help out the algorithm. And follow me on all social media platforms. I'm at JAYR3D. That's on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all that. JAYR3D. All right, y'all. This is J Red signing out. Peace.